Where do I even meet someone? This is a common question that I hear from people that want to have a good relationship, which is probably why you're watching this video. You just don't know where you can actually meet someone. On this episode of Intentional Dating with Sara, I'm going to share with you how I met a lot of different guys whenever I was dating when I was single and eventually found my husband, and how you can start meeting people too. If you enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, share the video, and be sure to grab my free guide on the 3 essential steps to finding the relationship of your dreams without wasting your time, energy, or emotions on the wrong people. So let's get into it. Where do I even meet someone? First, we're going to talk about the answer to that question. Next, I'm going to share with you some tips on putting yourself out there so that you're more likely to increase the number of people that you're actually coming into contact with every day. And then finally, we're going to talk about online dating. I know that may feel scary for some of you. It may feel like something that you don't want to do right now. However, it is a great way to meet more people in a short period of time. And so be sure to stick to the end where we'll go into that a little bit more. And it might actually convince you that online dating is not as bad as it sounds. I recently polled a lot of people who are married and I asked them, where did you meet your spouse? You will actually be surprised at the most common answers I got. Most people said they met their spouse in one of these areas that they usually go to in their everyday life. So it was either commonly school, work, church, or some sort of a local event. So if you're one of those people that feel like I just go to these places and that's it, I don't meet new people, rest assured and be encouraged that most people said that they met their spouse just by going to these places, just by going about their everyday life. So you may not need to make some drastic change in your life. We might need to just make some little changes, which we'll talk about here in a minute, that will increase your chances that you will actually meet somebody. I met someone when I was first dating just because I went to a routine meeting that I needed to go to. And so there are people out there in your sphere right now. Next, I hear a lot, I go to work, I go to church, and I go home. That's it. Where would I possibly meet someone? So that may be the case. That may be your routine right now. But I want to encourage you. Maybe you need to increase that a little bit. Maybe instead of going to those 3 places and that's it, maybe you make a stop and get yourself a cup of coffee. Maybe you take yourself out to dinner, to a restaurant. Maybe you go to some shops that you normally wouldn't go to, but you're feeling like, hey, I might be able to meet some people there. Maybe you sign up for a small group that you've wanted to go to that you hear about. Maybe you sign up for a local art class or something for a hobby that you're interested in. All of these places you can potentially meet people in your life that you wouldn't otherwise have met. So instead of just going to work, home, and church, maybe add a few spots that you normally don't go to in your everyday life that are not that hard to add. By the way, this is all part of thriving while single. It's all part of self-care, taking care of yourself, making yourself a priority, and it's all part of dating yourself. I have a video on that. You can check it out here on your screen, and it will help you to learn how to do things while you're single, to do things alone, and actually enjoy them. So be sure to check that out. I also hear, I live in a small town, nobody is here, or literally, I know every man in this town. Rest assured, you can still meet some people. However, you might need to increase that radius a little bit. So if you literally live somewhere where there's not hardly any people, you live out in the country, you know or are related to every person in that town, you might need to just expand that radius a little bit. So just like the last tip, go ahead and sign up for a class that is somewhere a few towns over. Go to that church conference that is in the bigger city of where you live. Maybe you want to attend a art class or a museum or something like that that's in a bigger city that you don't have in your local town. So expand your radius a little bit. You don't have to make it a huge part of your life, but expand it just a little bit and sign up for some things and activities and go some places that you wouldn't normally go to. And then this is a huge tip that I can give you. You need to make yourself open. You need to use body language that shows people that you are interested, that you are open, that you are available, that they should come up and talk to you. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to be flirty. It doesn't mean you need to be overly talkative. For some of the introverts out there, I'm more introverted actually. It doesn't mean that you have to be the one to strike up a conversation or that you all of a sudden need to be more of a people person. But it does mean that you should display yourself as somebody that is worth talking to. So make eye contact with people when you're at these places. Make sure that they realize, hey, it's okay to come over and have a conversation with me. You can do that just by looking at them, just by smiling. You don't have to make it weird, of course, but you just have the body language that shows I'm open, I'm a safe person, I'm a good person. And so it's more inviting for somebody then to feel like they can come over and talk to you. If you are using body language where you're so closed off and you're slumped over and you're only looking down, you've got your earbuds in every time you're at the gym, or you've got your earbuds in when you're in that coffee shop, you're looking down on your computer, that's going to make it less likely that somebody is going to start a conversation with you. So start practicing some of these things. Take the earbuds out. Go somewhere with the sole purpose of not being on your computer, not being on your phone, but just to enjoy the atmosphere. You can people watch. You can go somewhere where you're just going for a walk, and maybe you're making yourself more open with your body language so that somebody can tell she's okay for me to start a conversation with. And then finally, I told you we'd talk a little bit about online dating. So consider signing up for online dating. If you want to meet someone, if you want to have a good relationship, online dating can be a great place to meet a lot of people in a short period of time. And the advantage of online dating is that you already can get some information about these people before you ever even need to invest any more time into them. And so online dating is a great place to meet people that might share your same interests and hobbies and values, and you're more likely to be presented with more matches. If you are considering online dating, or if you're even scared about it, I have some resources that can help you with that. So if you want to comment down below that you need some online dating resources, or check out some of my other videos that are about online dating, I will be sure to help you. So where do you meet someone? There are actually people all around you. You may need to make some tweaks like we talked about. You may need to increase your radius. You may need to add a few extra stops throughout your week so that you're putting yourself in front of new people. And you may need to just change your body language so that you're showing you're open and available and somebody can come up and talk to you. By doing these things, you are going to be more likely to meet someone that you didn't think you otherwise would. Be sure to check out my free guide, which I've linked below, on the 3 essential steps to finding the relationship of your dreams without wasting your time, energy, or emotions on the wrong men. If you enjoyed this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and if you want more information on intentional dating so that you are not wasting time on the wrong people, check out one of these other videos that are popping up on your screen.